It's a rainy night here in Miami, the site where the Orange Bowl and the site where a national champion will be crowned. And for the first time, it'll be a Big Ten team to win it as USC Trojans and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish go head-to-head for all the marbles. I'm David Roy, and in the booth with me, my broadcast partner, Mike Peters, the commissioner of the CFSL. And Mike, two teams, both with a long road to get here, but they're finally here, a game away from being national champions. Your thoughts?
It's going to be an interesting game. Notre Dame dominated this game the first time these two played earlier this season. USC wants to come back, give them some revenge. Can they do it? Will Dijon Swan, who we saw in that kick return, be the difference maker? A lot of storylines here. I can't wait to see it.
Third meeting in the CFSL history for this rivalry, but this is the type of stage where this game can totally define the rivalry as Kane St. III gets 4.
Well, Caden St. III is going to be one of those that's important in this game. Can he get open? He had 5 touchdowns in this game before. Is he going to be somebody that changes this game?
And Notre Dame won that game earlier this season, 61-13. Asiata to throw, and he's going to find Pearson Gillum for a first down, an 11-yard gain for the Fighting Irish.
You know, David, it's a big game here, and it looks like Notre Dame put some extra shine on their helmets tonight.
Want to sparkle it up under the lights. They're going to run the speed option, and the power of Asiata to run through Peyton Miles, who does a great job recovering and holding him to a 4-yard run.
Well, we've seen Asiata do this at times throughout the season. They like to go to him on the run a little bit more than maybe I'd like, but he's effective, and we see why there.
Asiata in the gun here, 3 wide, single receiver bottom of the screen is Dijon Swan. Draw play, Saint fighting to get to midfield. He'll get 2 in the first third down of the night for the Fighting Irish.
Yeah, Caden St. III is going to be big in this game if he can help to open up the run or the pass game for Asiata and Swan and Dexter Jackson and company. Could be a long night for this USC defense.
In motion, Dexter Jackson, halfback screen to the short side. Kane St. III breaks one tackle down the sideline. He's got the first down.
Well, he does a good job there, fighting off that tackle, picking up the first down right now. Everything is going Notre Dame's way.
Fighting Irish come into tonight 4.5-point favorites in the sportsbook, which saw over 900,000 wagered in this game tonight, as Asiata going short over the middle and dropped past by the walk-on.
That's crazy. Just earlier today, it was at 400,000. We got up almost to 1 million sports bucks wagered on this game. People are fired up for this one, David.
And that was with less than 100 wagers placed at kickoff as Digby Krause on the blitz, but Asiata able to find Saint on the check down.
Well, we're going to see him on the long third down now. 3rd and 9. They were good in this situation on the season. 46% on third downs. Can they get it here?
Halfback screen, left side, Kane St. III trying to work his way outside, and the USC defense comes up with a stop.
Well, good job there for USC. They allowed some yards on that drive. They got pushed back, but once they crossed midfield, USC stiffened up. They're going to force the punt. Now we'll see what their offense can do.
This punt hitting inside the 10, bouncing through the back of the end zone. As you say, out comes a USC offense. There you see Mason Winters, been kind of quiet this season, and yet his stats been pretty consistent from what they were a season ago.
Well, Tim Cope and Mason Winters have both not had really big explosive games for the most part. They're probably both going to need one tonight, though, if USC wants to win.
Read option keeper, and going nowhere is Kingston Fox. He'll lose 2.
Well, Zeus Williams getting down there, playing the option well, makes the tackle, doesn't give him any yards, and a nice start for the Notre Dame defense.
2nd and 12 upcoming. USC going to empty out the backfield here. Fox from his own 12. Going short, there's Marcellus Burney, who plays corner as well, and he'll get 10.
Well, they're going to the cornerback, getting an extra athlete out there on the field, and he gets a nice catch underneath. Williams coming up to make another tackle. Going to be a short third down here. USC #1 in the league on third down percentage in the regular season.
Well, and a big part of that could be because Kane Robinson is in this backfield, even though he has not had the season he had as a freshman. Marcus Seals, wide receiver, coming in motion into the backfield. Triple option, read option, or the RPO, I should say, for Marcus Seals to get 5.
Yeah, nice little check down there, short pass, but it gets the first down. And again, much like Notre Dame, USC moving the ball early on.
Notre Dame showing blitz. They bring it as Robinson trying to get through the first wave, and he'll work his way out for a gain of 4.
Both teams doing a good job mixing up, going run, going pass, going short. Haven't really seen anything really long yet, but I think they're just kind of testing out these defenses like the early rounds of a heavyweight fight.
Fox looking to throw, pressure coming. He's going to tuck it and run right up the middle, and he will slide, wanting no part of Shoto Pence, wisely so.
Yeah, he slides there and gets under the tackle, doesn't force anything there. Going to bring up a crucial 3rd and 2 here near midfield.
Fox out of the pistol. Read option keeper. He's got Stern blocking for him. Kingston Fox finding a crease. Down inside the 35, still going. Fox inside the 10. Dragged down all the way at the 2.
What a run by Kingston Fox. They go triple option. Stern out there getting the block. Seals was out there. Wasn't able to get that block there. But a big broken tackle there by Fox. We say it all the time. Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. And we see it there by Fox.
Kingston Fox making his 2nd consecutive national championship game appearance. Lost this game to Auburn last season and looking to win it here as he'll go read option keeper. Touchdown USC.
Well, Notre Dame's having a tough time with this option early on in this drive. USC, powered by the big run by Fox, able to punch it in there on another read option. Notre Dame's going to have to figure out how to slow this down, or USC might run away with this one.
7-play scoring drive for the Trojans and Petey Lemieux to make it a 7-point game, and very run-heavy drive for USC on their opening possession. But Mike, as we look at Notre Dame, we're waiting for Dijon Swan to make that play, aren't we?
Well, you would think, though, but they got 2 really good corners on the outside for this team, Bernie and Green, and it's not going to be easy for Dijon Swan to put up 200 yards like he did earlier or late last week against Alabama. We'll see. That's going to be an interesting matchup to watch.
Swan was unable to bring this out of the end zone. He chose to kneel it for the touchback, and out walks Leo Asiata in the offense. Swan at the bottom of your screen, and Asiata with a blitz coming goes short to the right side. The tight end Alistair Kai, he's got power as he's pushed out of bounds at the 36.
Well, picking up where they left off on the last drive, short, medium, inside, outside, over the middle. Just got to work their way down the field.
Wide receiver screen nearly intercepted by Jonathan Green, but it will fall incomplete.
Green had 4 interceptions on the season, including 3 in one game. Just missed one there.
Asiata wanted Dijon Swan. Here he'll drop back to throw again. Going short, there's Kai out to the 40. 3rd and 6 upcoming for the Fighting Irish.
Well, again, another 3rd down. It's their 3rd one so far in this game. They got to convert on this one. 1 of 2 so far. They don't want to punt it again.
Empty backfield here for Asiata. 3-man rush. Standing in, going short right side. Caden Sink the 3rd, caught it, but could not turn upfield. 4th down for the Fighting Irish.
Well, another good drive, or another stand there by the USC Trojans. They got to keep that up. Notre Dame's defense going to have to step up now.
Punt is away, and on the return, Mason Winters fighting through to get to the 30. And at this point, Mike, USC, a good opening drive. The question now becomes, can they sustain it with their 2nd drive?
Well, we'll see. That's going to be the question. The big question for the Notre Dame defense is, can they stop that read option?
The gun, Fox to throw, blitz coming. He's going to check it down. Tim Cope with his first catch of the night. He'll get 11.
Well, just a little short check down there. Nice and easy. They got to work their way down the field.
Empty backfield. Fox looking, throwing, middle of the field. That pass caught by Marcus Seals. He'll get 13 there. And USC and Notre Dame both coming in. They're working through their offenses. But the bigger story, one that has not been discussed coming into tonight, has been the transfers on both sides of the ball for their offenses. Dijon Swan and Tim Cope both transferred from different schools to come and play with these two teams. Tim Cope to USC, Swan to Oregon, and it seems to have paid off for both of them as Fox lost the football and then still recovered it as he picks up the first down.
Well, they're getting away with one there, living a little bit risky. Notre Dame trying to get the turnover. They could really use one.
It's in the gun, bubble screen, left side. Sawyer Stern breaking a tackle. He'll get 7 as the USC Trojans threatening once again. Down inside the 30, ball spotted at the 29. USC looking to add to an early 7-point lead. Fox from the gun, going to give it to Robinson, running left, working his way down inside the red zone. He'll get 10, and the Trojans offense continuing to confuse and frustrate the Notre Dame defense. 1st and 10 here from inside the red zone. Handoff to the walk-on up the middle. Kane Robinson did get the carry, and he will get 5 with it. Inside of 1:30 to play here in the first.
Well, nice little run there. It's short, but it's effective. It keeps opening up that possibility of Fox running.
Empty backfield here. Fox going over the middle. Tim Cope down inside the 10. Spot him at the 5.
Well, you don't want to say Notre Dame's in trouble right now, but they kind of are. They're facing a 1st and goal here at the 5-yard line. They're already down 7. Their offense has sputtered a little bit. They need to come up with a stop.
Blitz coming. Fox able to fire to the wide open Sawyer Stern for 6.
Well, another great drive by the Trojans. They move the ball down the field. They're pretty much doing anything they want on offense. We saw this late last week against Auburn. Auburn couldn't find a way to stop them. Notre Dame's facing that same problem right now.
So USC back-to-back drives that have ended in a touchdown, and a Notre Dame offense that came in very highly touted, very much a quick strike offense, yet to strike at all. The question now becomes, Mike, is this, with their 3rd drive, the time where we see that quick strike offense wake up?
Well, again, I don't know if you can get a quick strike against this team now. We did see Griffin Yelkich throw for a lot of yards, a lot of those going to Michael McKenzie late in the championship game last season to start this season. But their defense has switched up, and they've changed. They've adapted to it. I don't know if Notre Dame's going to be able to find it the same way.
Asiata will connect with Dijon Swan, but Benjamin Kay right there to bring him down. Johnny on the spot, 2nd and 1. 4 wide here, 2-by-2 look for Notre Dame. Asiata, read option keeper, cutting upfield, and the big quarterback lumbers his way across the 40 for a gain of 12.
Well, lumber's probably a good description of that. Only had 103 yards rushing this season, and again, doesn't usually break big runs. You're not going to see him do what Kingston Fox did, but he can pick up crucial 1st downs when they need him.
41-yard line, play fake, Asiata over the middle, and Pearson Gillum able to advance the sticks, a gain of 10 with his 2nd catch of the night.
Well, he took a hit there by Peyton Miles, too, just for good measure. USC's defense playing good. We got to see, can Notre Dame convert here?
2 tight ends on the field, one to either side as we near the end of the first. Asiata going short, and that pass falls incomplete.
Well, they haven't even really attempted to throw it outside against these 2 corners. They're going to have to at some point. Swan and Jax are going to have to find a way to get open because they can't just live over the middle all night long.
And they haven't really fed Kane St. III, who had over 150 rushing yards, totaled 176 and 5 rushing touchdowns, although here they go to the halfback screen, pays off, gets him down inside the 30 with a gain of 21.
Well, I think it's going to be imperative that they get Caden St. III going, and if you got to get him going on the halfback screens, then go for it. Well timed there. We got to see, though, can they keep going to him? At some point still, they're going to have to go outside to these receivers.
Xavier Holly could not bring him down, took the 2nd man there to do so, and that is how we end the first quarter. USC out in front by 14, but the Notre Dame offense is threatening. You're watching the national championship game, or season 7 of the CFSL, right here on PX1 Sports on YouTube Live. Started the second quarter here, the national championship game. And Asiata under duress, but he's going to find Alistair Kai, who gets smoked by Goldsberry after a gain of 8.
Well, one of the things that we didn't talk a whole lot about in the pregame show is these two tight ends, Alistair Kai and Sawyer Stern, are going to be big parts of this offense, maybe more so than any of us gave him credit for. Kai's already got his third catch there. Stern's got the touchdown for USC. I think that's not a matchup necessarily because they're not going against each other, but that's something to watch as this game progresses.
3-step drop, Asiata going short left side. Dexter Jackson picking up 8 yards, working his way out to the 11.
Well, they can't seem to get him going on the outside any deeper, so they got to run Swan off, the corner off, and then bring him on the outside.
And off Kane St. III, working his way to the right side of the offense, and he will get 3 as Bernie comes downhill to make the stop.
Yeah, Bernie gets in there, lays the lumber, so to speak. These corners, not only are they good in coverage, they can hit. A lot of guys on this defense can hit. Kay, Patterson, Miles, you got a lot of guys that can lay the boom. This Notre Dame offense got to be prepared to absorb those hits.
8-yard line, Asiata looking to throw, dancing in the pocket. End zone, caught! Dexter Jackson for 6.
Well, somehow he finds himself wide open in the middle of the end zone, and USC just forgot about him a little bit there. Good job for the Offensive Player of the Year candidate, Leo Asiata, to find his number 2 wide receiver. Good job of answering back there by Notre Dame. Now we'll see if their defense can come up with the stop.
Pulling to make it a 7-point game, and he will. And we will take this time to give a shout out to all 55 of you who are joining us in the YouTube live chat. We appreciate all of you tuning in. Be sure to like the stream and subscribe if you have not already. And we're going to give a shout out to everybody in the chat. Mason Winters, Ted Stern, Bubba's Karaoke and Cruise Videos, Jonathan Green, Squiddy, Juby, Joshua Williams, S. Lindsay, Ted Stern, Will Stern, Neil Hennessy, Devin Davis, and Dane Jones, Hex Mafia, and anybody else I might have missed, I do apologize. As a great return, setting this up from the 34-yard line. Fox off the play fake. Short to the left side of Benjamin Kay, doubling on offense as well. He'll get 3.
It's a little short pass there. Outside of the Kingston Fox run, haven't seen a big play on offense, although Kingston Fox 8 of 8 to start this game, looking very much like he did against Auburn.
Gun, 2x2 look, Fox to throw. Goes short, Marcus Seals works his way out to the 41-yard line. Gain of 4, 3rd and 3 upcoming.
Well, short 3rd and 3, and putting yourself in these short 3rd and 3s is how you lead the league in 3rd down conversion percentage. USC did that this season. They got an opportunity to convert another one.
From the gun, Fox dancing, takes a shot, right side, jump, ball intercepted. Jackson Stone with a pick.
Big play there by the Notre Dame defense. We asked if they could get a stop. Well, they get a big one there. Fox tries to go deep, looking for Mason Winters, one of his 2 deep threats on this team. Great coverage there by Jackson Stone, one of the all-time leaders in interceptions in this league. Comes away with a big one. Now Notre Dame's got an opportunity to tie this up.
Kingston Fox went downfield, wanted Winters. Finds Jackson Stone instead, who's able to bring the interception back to about the 24-yard line. Play fake, Asiata has all day, floats it to the middle of the field, and Dexter Jackson could not hold on.
Oh, Dexter Jackson's going to be kicking himself on that one for a while. If he catches that one in stride, he might have taken it to the house. That might have been 6 points they just took off the board.
2nd and 10, Asiata to throw. Dancing in the pocket, under pressure, and he has to throw that one away. The pressure too great. Long 3rd down upcoming for Notre Dame.
Well, Notre Dame's not great at this. We talked about it. They were good on the season, but these 3rd and 10's not a good spot to be in, especially against this defense.
Asiata to throw, 3-man rush, going short to the middle. Dexter Jackson made 1-man miss, and that's all he needed to pick up the 1st down.
Well, I didn't catch the number on that defender that just whiffed. Great job there by Jackson. Doesn't really make up for the miss earlier on in the drive, but a good play nonetheless.
Come up big on 3rd down. Draw play here. Kane St. III working against Digby Krause. He'll get 5.
Have I told you how much I like the thighs on this kid? He just got those big, powerful thighs. He can get it, power through, guys. I don't know, just an impressive physical specimen.
I remember you talking about that in the Army-Navy game with all our All-Stars and All-Americans. 7-step drop, Asiata trying to tuck it and run. He will, fighting through the first tackler, and then finally corralled by a group of Trojans after a gain of 11.
Well, next Tuesday, all of the seniors, the all-star seniors will be on the field, as will the new recruits in the Army-Navy Newcomer All-American game. It'll be a great week of football.
Asiata on the read option keeper, able to get 2, and it'll be a great night of football then. We're in for a great night of football now.
Oh, it's just a fantastic conclusion to the season. Got the championship game, award show on Wednesday, all-star Tuesday next week. It's going to be fun.
Asiata dancing in the pocket, fires a laser. Pearson Gillum gets away. Touchdown Notre Dame, and they've tied it up.
Well, we said that Notre Dame might be in trouble there when USC was inside the 5. They said it's okay, we're fighting back. They come back, tied it up after the interception by Jackson Stone. Great way to battle back for Notre Dame. What a fantastic game we got going here.
Just under the 5-minute mark here of this second quarter, and Notre Dame has gone on a 14-0 run. The momentum has shifted to the side of the Fighting Irish. Mike, with their 4th drive, can they get it back following that interception?
Well, I don't know. That's going to be a good question. That's what we see a lot of times. Now, Kingston Fox is a junior. He's been through this before. I don't suspect the rattling, but it is raining here, too. That can play a little bit of a role as well.
The backfield, Fox dancing to his right, has to throw it away on first down. We'll see what they draw up for second down.
Well, J.D. Gregory gets the pressure off of the left end there and forces Fox just to throw that one away.
Back in the gun. Fox, blitz coming. Has to go over the middle. Sawyer Stern breaks a tackle. Finally wrestled down by the man who picked it on the previous drive in Stone, but Stern is out across midfield.
Well, Stern was talking in chat. It's his first championship game. Got his first championship TD. And now he's got his 3rd catch of the game. He's doing a good job. Jackson Stone, though, might be the savior on this Notre Dame defense.
Definitely kept Stern out of the end zone, and not to mention the interception on the previous drive when Fox was clearly going for the jugular with winners. Here on 1st and 10, they go to Kane Robinson, and Shoto Pence there to greet him for a loss of 2.
Shoto Pence getting in there and making the tackle for loss, but a big part of this defense, leading the team in tackles at 11 tackles for loss. Gets another one there.
USC 49, 4 wide on the field, trips bottom of the screen. Handoff, Robinson running left, not going to get any positive yardage. Back to the line of scrimmage, but nothing more.
Well, Jerome Hawkins getting in there, the other linebacker in this Notre Dame defense. 3rd and 12, good spot to be in if you're the Notre Dame defense.
3 wide. Halfback screen, Fox connects Kane Robinson, turning upfield. He's able to get across midfield, but it's a gain of 4, and that does bring up 4th and 9 for USC.
Cobra, welcome to the stream. Anybody else that's new? We got a 14-team sim league here, all run by user ADs. You create a player, we put them in the recruiting, you get recruited by those user ADs and their coaching staff. You pick where to play, we put you on the field, and you watch your guys like you're doing right now. Most of the guys you see in chat have players on the field right now. It's a ton of fun. If you want to find out more, you can go to collegesimleague.com.
Asiata finding Dijon Swan, showing the power with a stiff arm. He gets 14 yards out to the 30 to begin this drive for Notre Dame.
Only the 2nd catch for Swan. Hasn't been able to get anything deep. USC's defense right now doing a really good job of bottling him up.
Trips bunched together towards the bottom of the screen, but they're going to break that up with Alistair Kai coming in motion. And Asiata against a 4-man rush goes short for Pearson Gillum. He'll get 7 this time.
Goldsberry's there quickly to make the tackle, but still a 7-yard pickup. You mentioned it earlier, Notre Dame's got all the momentum, and they're working with it right now. Not really taking big shots, but they're moving the ball down the field efficiently.
Asiata, quick throw, wanted Pearson Gillum, but he heard the footsteps of Benjamin Kay.
Yeah, Kay was there. I don't know if he actually touched that pass or not, but he at least heard the footsteps, as you mentioned, to force this 3rd down.
3rd down and 3, Asiata to throw. 4-man rush. Fires a laser over the middle. Pearson Gillum breaks a tackle. Out inside the 20, down to about the 16-yard line. A 46-yard grab.
Pearson Gillum stepping up here. Swan and Jackson are getting locked down on the outside. Gillum's having himself a nice game. Comes open there, slips off the tackle. Showed surprising speed there for a 3-star. Kay makes the tackle, but Notre Dame's driving.
Benjamin Kay was hunting, had to chase him down like a dog would chase down a car. Asiata, speed option, the pitch. Kane St. the third on the outside, broke a tackle, and then Kay is there to lay him out.
Benjamin Kay, K9 as they call him, getting in there for the tackle at the line of scrimmage. Having a little bit of words there with Caden St. the third.
They are rivals, and this game very much will decide and define this rivalry for seasons to come, as Saint outside to the right breaks a tackle, breaks a second before he is finally stood up after a 4-yard run.
That's a heck of a job there by Caden St. the third as he fights through a couple tackles, winds up getting 4, going to set up a manageable 3rd down. Crucial spot here for USC to try to hold them to a field goal attempt.
John Schoolsbury, his 5th tackle. Asiata to throw, goes short. Kane St. the third cannot hold on, did not look it in.
Another drop there over the middle. It's plaguing Notre Dame right now. They are going to get the field goal, but they got to wonder if these drops are going to bite them in the end.
29-yard field goal attempt from the right hash, and the left-footed Gunther Poland makes it a 3-point game inside of 2 minutes of play here in the first half.
Well, USC did what they needed to, held them to 3. Now if their offense can get going, move the ball down the field, they could take the lead before the half.
Marcellus Burney on the return, and he will work his way out to about the 31-yard line. Decent return. But Mike, it's been a quiet night for Mason Winters, who's a big part of this USC offense.
Well, Winters and Cope, neither one of them are doing a whole lot. You'd like to see them get going. Maybe this is the drive to do it. By the way, tip of our cap to all 63 that are viewing on YouTube right now.
Appreciate everybody tuning in, joining us as we look to crown a champion tonight. And Winters, we talked about him. He gets his first catch of the night there.
Well, it's about time they finally go to him. Shoto Pence getting in there. 6th tackle for Shoto Pence. What a game we're having right now, David. We talk about it almost every time the Orange Bowl delivers, and this one sure is.
Off to a great start, and we'll see how these teams can adjust going into halftime. Is Stern out in the flats. Turn upfield, lowering the shoulder, picking up 11. 1:35 to play in the second.
Well, Stern's proven to be one of the more key points in this USC offense, having a really effective game.
Kingston Fox dancing in the pocket, goes short. Sawyer Stern picks up a yard, and the Trojans take their first time out.
Just a little short game there. Solo does a good job coming up to make the tackle to hold them to just 1.
4 wide, empty backfield here. Sawyer Stern coming in motion. Fox with the blitz coming, going over the middle. There's Stern again, this time for 4 yards.
Well, Jericho comes up to make the tackle there. Stern just seems like the locked-on target. It's like radar lock or missile lock there for Kingston Fox.
3rd and 5. Fox throwing middle of the field, and Marcus Seals stands up for a gain of 15.
Marcus Seals, we talked about, he's been a really key part of this offense. Comes up with a big catch there.
Able to move the sticks down inside the 30. Fox dancing, wants the end zone. Touchdown USC.
What a breakdown in the Notre Dame defense. How do you let Mason Winters get that wide open behind 3 defenders? Kingston Fox sees it and delivers it for the touchdown. Notre Dame's going to get an opportunity to answer back, but a great drive there for the Trojans.
54 seconds to play. Now, Notre Dame does have 3 timeouts, and as you say, an opportunity to respond. But if they don't, USC is in great position because they will begin the second half in possession of the football.
Yeah, I think it's really important for Notre Dame not only to run out the rest of this clock, but if they can at least get 3 out of it, you can make sure you're not down by more than 8, depending on what USC does. Really important drive here, I think, to kind of set the tone going into the half.
Well spotted at the 24-yard line, 4 wide. Asiata against a 3-man rush going short to the left side. Alistair Kai will pick up 6 and step out of bounds.
Well, there we go. Another tight end making a grab. Able to pick up 6 on the outside. Also gets out of bounds, so he stops the clock.
Dueling tight ends here. Stern has 6 catches. Kai with his fourth, and the pressure from Maine Pattison. Doesn't matter who that was going to because it falls incomplete.
Yeah, Patterson just missed, maybe forcing a fumble there. Asiata's arm going forward, forces the 3rd and 4.
Single back set with Asiata under center. Handoff. Kane St. third outside to the left. He's got the first down out of bounds across the 35-yard line.
You know, I don't think a lot of people are expecting that. I wasn't. They set that one up perfectly, and Caden St. third delivers.
38 seconds of play. Now, because Kane St. III ran out of bounds, it does stop the clock. Notre Dame preserving their 3 timeouts here in the half. Asiata to throw. Pressure coming. Ball tipped at the line. 2nd and 10.
Marcellus Burney, one of these great cornerbacks, comes off the edge, gets his hand on that one, the bat of the way. This USC defense is coming to play.
Asiata to throw. 4-man rush. Dancing in the pocket. Has to throw this one into the Notre Dame sideline. 3rd and 10 for the Fighting Irish.
I think he got affected when he let that one go. I don't know if he ran into his lineman or if there was the hand in his face affected him, but that wasn't a good pass coming out of there.
Asiata to throw. 3-man rush going short over the middle. Alistair Kai drops it. He heard the footsteps of Xavier Holly. 4th and 10.
Well, Notre Dame didn't do what they wanted to. They didn't run out the clock. And so now, with only 1 timeout, USC is going to get another shot at it, but with Winters and Cope, there's a possibility for a big play.
Fielded from zone 26, and Mason Winters will get 9 yards. You look at the 2 offenses, Mike, and despite Notre Dame having run more plays, the yards and the offense has been very similar.
Oh, yeah, this has been a very evenly matched game. USC goes up 14. Notre Dame rallies. It's been great.
Kingston Fox setting up the halfback screen, going short. There's Kane Robinson turning upfield. He'll get 5 yards. Clock continues to run.
Well, they haven't been going to Robinson running the ball, and you got to wonder if that's going to play into the key stat that we had on the pregame show.
A huddle. Fox dancing under duress, going short. There's Seals laid out. What a hit by Zeus Williams to end the half with USC up 21-17 here in the Orange Bowl with a national title at stake. And Mike, as we go into the studio, it's been a very entertaining first half. You expect more of the same in the second?
I think so. I just wonder if these runs are going to continue. Like I said, USC goes up first. They score 14. The first 14 of the game. Kingston Fox really led it on the first 2 drives. And then Notre Dame's able to answer back. They go on a 17-point run as we see Dexter Jackson get in there. Pearson Gillum was really key, especially on that second drive. And then USC battles back, gets the touchdown late to go back out in front. Mason Winters hitting the touchdown. Been a back-and-forth game. It's been a lot of fun. The one thing, again, like I said, the running games haven't been that impactful. Kane Robinson the third, 9-0 when he goes over 100 yards. Do they start focusing on him a little more?
You look at the 2 offenses. In Notre Dame, more passing yards, more rushing yards for USC. These 2 offenses seem similar, and USC even threw that pick to Jackson Stone, which Notre Dame capitalized on, yet USC, the 4-point lead, an opportunity to extend that. How big is this drive to begin the second half for both teams, Mike?
It's important. I don't know if you want to overstate its importance. I mean, you can give up a touchdown, you're still okay. You can still battle back. I mean, remember, Miami against Alabama was down 17 in the 4th quarter and came back to win that game. But you really don't want to give up a touchdown here if you're Notre Dame. And for USC, if you can extend the lead, that just puts you in a better spot, takes a little bit of pressure off your team.
Mason Winters on the kick return, able to get close to the 25-yard line. We'll see where they spotted. And as you mentioned, Kane Robinson has not really been the feature player of this USC offense tonight. It's been more of an emphasis on the passing game.
That's kind of the way it's been all season long. We'll see if it changes here this half.
Well, they start by giving it to Robinson, but he only gets a yard on the halfback draw, and USC fans might say, well, that's why we're not feeding him.
Well, you got to kind of work. I mean, a lot of running backs, they need to build up carries. They need to get in the rhythm, and he's really not been given a chance to find that rhythm.
Empty backfield, pass over the middle, and dropped by Sawyer Stern.
Well, both of these teams have had issues with drops. You got to think that the rain is playing into. It's rainy and humid here in Miami. Definitely playing a role in this game.
These two teams met earlier this season. They met on a rainy day in South Bend as Fox down the left sideline. Mason Winters burns the defense. Touchdown, USC.
That's the second time Mason Winters has gotten behind a defense and Kingston Fox finds him. He's been quiet most of the season, hasn't had any big games, but wow, is he breaking out with one tonight.
And it's funny because at the start of the season, Mason Winters and Kane Robinson was, I know at least a few of the members what we had on the preseason podcast saying, you know what, I think those guys are going to end up in the Offensive Player of the Year conversation. The season didn't pan out that way. Not to say that they're, not incapable, just the way the offense worked and the way the defenses tried to attack them just didn't work out that way. And Mason Winters standing up and saying, look, man, I'm still a stud.
Oh, yeah, and maybe, it could have been part of it. I mean, I can't imagine that they were trying to stay away from him, but I think they definitely made it a point to try to unleash him here in the title game.
Mason Winters, you see it, 2 catches in the first half, had a touchdown with 37 yards to go with it. So far in the second half, 1 play, 75 yards, and a score for him. Looking to have a big night as Leo Asiata going to keep it on the read option. He will get 9. This Notre Dame offense is saying, hey, we've got a big play receiver too. Where's Dijon Swan?
Well, he's not able to get open quite the same way, and to credit this USC defense, not taking anything away from Notre Dame, but these corners on USC just a different breed.
Beat option again, Kane St. III off the pitch. He'll get 4 yards moving the sticks here for the Fighting Irish.
Even though it's not that spectacular when Asiata runs, it does help to open up things like that.
Again, Asiata makes an adjustment. 3-man rush. Going short. There's Alistair Kai. He's able to pick up 7 as Peyton Miles there to bring him down on the spot.
Well, again, it's big plays to the outside, or at least the Mason Winters. The rest of it's pretty much the tight ends and the slot receiver, Pearson Gillum, getting most of the catches.
Trips bottom of the screen here for Notre Dame. Read option keeper. Asiata working his way out to midfield. He'll pick up 9.
Well, you think about that third down play at the end of the first half where they went to the outside run to Caden St. III. That's got to be playing in USC's mind. Now they keep it on the option and they pick up the first.
Receivers all bunched in tight on the formation. Asiata with time going short for Dijon Swan. He'll get 8 yards there and 3 catches for him, but only 31 yards. Not quite what he is used to.
No, this USC defense doing a really good job of containing him and locking him down, not letting him be the man that beats him.
Swan transferred in to Notre Dame from Oregon, was looking for a national title as a corner out for Alistair Kai picks up 18.
Well, it's an interesting point, Dave. We all talked about he transferred in. They start 0-2, then they go 2-3 after a 2-game winning streak. Everybody thought, man, Dijon Swan picked the wrong team. Well, look at him now. He's got an opportunity to win a title in his senior season.
It's like I said, it's one of the stories that hasn't really been talked about. Dijon Swan transfers to Notre Dame looking for a title. Tim Cope did the same thing going to USC when he left Alabama, and both receivers looks like they made the right decision. As on the sideline, another guy who made the right decision, Dexter Jackson, picking up the first down.
Well, just a great job there by Asiata. He holds onto the ball. Good protection up front allows him to find somebody. Gets behind Digby Krause, perfectly placed ball, although I think his foot might have been out there.
See if they take a second look at it. If it stands, and it will, they're not even going to look at it. Ball spotted about the 2-yard line.
I would look at Caden St. III here or a read option with Asiata.
2 tight ends, handoff, Kane St. III, touchdown Notre Dame, 1 they needed.
They did. They got the stop. They got the touchdown. Now they're only down by 4. Right back where they want to be. It's a 1-score game. Anybody could still take it here.
USC will get the ball back. 5:21 to play, but this USC offense, Mike, they have been the ones to come up with the explosive plays here tonight, something that many of us thought Notre Dame would have been able to generate tonight.
Well, I mean, I think if anybody knows these cornerbacks, it's not a surprise. Winters did a great job in breaking free out there.
Nearly got around the edge. It's a 33-yard return. And you look at the two offenses, similar in the first half, and not much has changed very early on in the second half.
Two pretty evenly matched teams, well coached both on offense, defense. But great. By the way, Gunther Poland making that saving tackle, the kicker.
Kickers are people and athletes too, and Poland shows it. As a read option keeper, Kingston Fox, he's saying, look at me, I'm a pretty star-studded athlete on his way to a 22-yard run.
Well, we've seen it. He's up to 94 yards. The over-under in the sportsbook was 149.5. I didn't think he'd get anywhere close to it because he hasn't really for much of the season, but he's really putting on a show tonight.
And they haven't really run with him, and really for USC as a whole, not a lot of an emphasis on the running game in general this season as they go empty backfield. Fox going short, and Marcellus Burney will move the sticks with a gain of 11.
Well, Burney's jersey's definitely dirty. He's been putting in work both on offense and defense. He's earning his scholarship.
And the gun, ball spotted at the 32. Draw play. Robinson gets back to the line of scrimmage. Luke Mingus there to stop him.
Yeah, Mingus had a pretty decent season. 13 tackles, 4 for a loss, 2 sacks coming into this one. Got his 3rd tackle there. Good job there for the right end.
3 wide. Midline read. Kingston Fox. A great block by Kane Robinson to spring him. Fox breaks the tackle. Fighting into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans!
What can you say about Kingston Fox? He has stepped up his game in the playoffs. It's been a little questionable at times, even though he got to the championship game. Kind of got handled by Auburn, got handled to start the season. There were some rumblings about whether this would be Fox's last season. Does he have the ability that some of these other quarterbacks have? He's really turned it on here in the playoffs.
You know what it's reminiscent of, in my opinion, Mike? It almost looks like what we saw Griffin Yelkich do last season with Auburn.
Somewhat. I mean, to a degree. I know that was brought up on the pregame. There is definitely some comparisons there.
Big return here, Alistair Jericho. He gets 41. Had a kick return for a touchdown in the regular season. Not quite that same play, but it certainly will spark a Notre Dame offense.
Well, the deeper this game gets, the more pressure builds on this Notre Dame offense. Early on in this half wasn't as big of a deal if they didn't score, but they did. Now they really want to keep scoring. They want to let their defense have an opportunity to create a turnover. They don't want to stay down by 11.
The 3-man rush, a laser by Asiata over the middle. There's Alistair Kai, his 7th grab, and it goes for a first down across midfield.
By the way, 66 viewers on YouTube, our high so far since we switched over and started doing broadcasts on YouTube.
Tied into motion, blitz coming, nearly got home, but Asiata still able to get that out of his hands and into the hands of Dijon Swan.
Well, Asiata's another guy that we've compared to Yelkich as he's grown, struggled a little bit his first 2 seasons, really come on this season in his junior season, led the Notre Dame Fighting Irish to the title game.
And especially helped by the transfer of Dijon Swan, who was at the top of the screen to start. But under pressure, Asiata goes short. There's Kane the 3rd, and it's a yard, but a long 3rd and 7.
Well, that was K9. Benjamin K getting in there for the stop. 7th of the game.
Notre Dame tonight, 4 of 8 on 3rd downs. This is their 9th try at it. Quick throw into traffic. Alistair Kai got 4 yards, but he needed 7, and an interesting 4th down decision upcoming.
Well, they're going to punt it, and I don't necessarily disagree with it, but you could go either way. It's just big if you don't make it.
Xavier Holly with the tackle on the previous play. This punt shanked the left side. You're going to spot that at about the 13.
Yeah, I think the rain got a little bit of that one there. It's going to go at the 15, so it was actually a decent punt, but I don't think he got all of it like he wanted.
I don't think that's where he meant for it to go. He was probably trying to push him back inside the 10, but still a great spot for the Notre Dame defense as Fox going short. Sawyer Stern fighting to get 4 yards out to the 20.
Well, Jackson Stone coming up to make another tackle there, doing a good job playing deep, playing up front. He's having himself a nice game.
Kingston Fox going to call for Marcus Seals to come into the backfield for the triple option. Fox will pitch it late. Seals, he's got running room. Marcus Seals down inside the USC 45.
Well, Marcus Seals does a good job there. Coming up, staying on the outside, takes the pitch, finds a little bit of room, and gets the nice gain there for USC.
Mason Winters peeled back trying for a block, but lost track of the defender he wanted to crack back on. Ball spotted about the USC 46, 4 wide, trips top the screen. Fox Going to keep it himself on the read option, turning upfield, getting down inside Notre Dame territory with a 5-yard run.
Well, we saw Fox slide earlier in the game, but you might want to think about sliding there. You're up by 11. You don't want to turn the ball over here.
Alistair Jericho was there to greet him. Jericho, his 8th tackle of the night.
A lot of big performances coming on each side of the ball in this one.
Fox in the gun, second down. Marcus Seals coming in motion into the backfield again. They're going to give it to Kane Robinson on the triple option this time, and he will get 2 yards.
Well, another thing that USC is good at is setting up short third downs. That's what's helped them be so efficient. We'll see if they can convert this one.
So their 7th third down of the night. The Trojans are 4 of 6 so far. Blitz coming. Kingston Fox in a foot race, but Shoto Pence there to stop him at the line of scrimmage.
Great job there by Shoto Pence. They brought the blitz there against the option. They do their job and shut it down and force the punt.
Zeus Williams was chasing Fox from behind as this punt. The USC punter was not able to get a good hold of that one. It'll be interesting to see where they spot it.
Well, as these balls get a little bit more moist and collect more water on them, they get a little bit more slippery and hard to control.
9th drive upcoming for Notre Dame. They're down by 11, a minute and a half to play here in the third. And Leo Asiata, beneficent, 27-38, 302 yards, no turnovers, and a couple of touchdowns. But they're missing that big playability.
Well, they could use a big play here. USC just not giving it up.
Asiata to throw, 3-man rush. He's got time, dancing. Time ran out as he's able to get out of his hands instead of taking the sack.
Yeah, the walk-on Aaron Carter gets in there and hits him right as he throws to force that one to be an incompletion, not let him get it off.
2nd down, 10, ball spot at the 28. Asiata dancing, going over the middle. There's Dijon Swan for 9 yards and a very manageable 3rd and 1.
Well, they're adapting. They can't get anything open on the outside, so they're bringing Swan over the middle. Sets up the short 3rd and 1. A lot of options here.
2-by-2 look, Swan. The bottom of the screen, read option keeper. Down goes Asiata, Benjamin Kay in hot pursuit.
Well, Benjamin Kay and Maine Patterson both blitz. They both take the quarterback. Nothing doing there for the Notre Dame offense, and they're going to have to punt it away.
A great play call defensively for USC. And now Notre Dame going to punt it back to the Trojans late here in the 3rd quarter. Mason Winters on the return, and he'll get it close to the 45. So the Notre Dame defense, Mike, they're doing their part. It's just the offense isn't able to help them out.
Well, they're going to have to do their part again because they really don't want to go down by 18 going into the 3rd quarter. They need to get a stop.
Kingston Fox pumps right, takes a shot, and nearly intercepted a costly mistake that Notre Dame cannot capitalize on.
I didn't see who that was. Got their hands on it. I think it was one of the walk-ons, maybe Ryan Thompson. Got to bring that home.
2nd down and 10. Sawyer Stern being split out wide, top of the screen. Fox with a blitz in his face, goes short. Stern able to come up with it, and he will advance it down inside the Notre Dame 35.
What a great game Sawyer Stern is having. He catches that one, slips between 2 defenders, turns it upfield. He is doing everything he can to help out this Trojan offense to try to bring home the trophy to Los Angeles.
Shoto Pence was there, but great accuracy and ball placement by Fox to keep it out of his hands as USC knocking on the door. Trips bottom of the screen, Fox to throw, 3-man rush, and he will go short for Stern again, his 9th catch of the night.
Well, if they're going to keep letting him pick up yards, even if it's 9.6 per carry, that's almost a 1st down every time he touches the ball. Why not keep going to him?
Kingston Fox, 4 wide here. As we near the end of the 3rd, Marcus Seals, the receiver in motion. He'll join the backfield. Triple option. Fox the pitch. Kane Robinson outside, breaks the tackle. He's got the 1st down inside the red zone as Williams comes over to stop him.
Well, it's not often that USC gets the wins when they don't get 100 yards out of Kane Robinson, but they've been doing everything they needed to, both offensively and defensively, and they haven't really needed the running game. I suspect we're going to see him lean on a little bit more, but Kingston Fox has been a big part of this running game. Will we see him run another one in?
We're a quarter away from crowning a national champion in USC. Looking to put up the points to make it difficult for that team to beat Notre Dame. Stick around and find out Who will be the Season 7 champs? You're watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on YouTube Live. Start of the fourth quarter, 4 wide, trip stop the screen, Fox to throw. Steps up, wants the end zone, but hey, over the head of any of his potential receivers in the area.
Well, good job there by the Notre Dame defense. They didn't give him anything open, so you just got to throw it away. They need a couple more stops. You want to come away with this, not giving up anything more than 3.
Fox with a 4-man rush going short. There's Marcus Seals, who's able to turn upfield on the sideline and get 10 yards out of it. 3rd and inches.
Seals did everything he could there. Almost got the first down, but very manageable here.
Fox gonna give it to Kane Robinson. He's got the first down and more stuffed at the 6.
Luke Mingus makes the tackle. I thought Robinson was going to break free there, maybe get the touchdown. But the Notre Dame defense collapses, but their backs are against the wall here.
10th carry of the night for Robinson. He's got 31 yards on the ground. They'll give him the ball for an 11th time, and he'll get the touchdown.
Well, things not going well here for the Notre Dame team. Their defense gives up the touchdown there, going to put them behind by 18 here with the PAT. A lot of pressure going on the offense. However, they still have Dijon Swan and Dexter Jackson out there that can make plays deep, but they're going to have to get creative because USC is not giving them anything right now.
Edie Lemieux makes it an 18-point game. A great drive there for USC to make things really difficult for Notre Dame. And Mike, something that was pointed out in the pregame show, USC, if they hold on and are able to win this, they will be our 7th different Orange Bowl winner.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy that we've had a different champion in every season. Notre Dame's still got a shot here. They'd be the first 2-time champion, but it's looking more and more likely we're going to have 7 straight different champions.
Deep shot to the left side. Dexter Jackson got behind the defense for the touchdown.
Well, right as we say that, Leo Asiata says, not so fast, my friend. And he finds Dexter Jackson behind the defense, hits him deep. Notre Dame's not going away yet.
One play, 75 yards, and a desperately needed touchdown for Notre Dame, and they come up with it.
Yeah, great play there when no better time. They desperately needed a big play there. They got one. Now they're going to really need their defense to step up.
Going for the 2-point conversion. Asiata end zone caught Dijon Swan. It's a 10-point game with 7:16 to play.
Well, Dijon Swan was in 1-on-1 coverage there with Jonathan Green. And Green, I don't think expected him over the middle. I think everybody expected him over the middle. Green gets beat there. Swan gets the 2-point conversion. And we got a 10-point game.
Fire has been lit in the hearts and in the eyes of the Fighting Irish, and USC looking to try to preserve a 10-point lead as Bernie gets out to the 29. And Mike, at this point, do you go to Kane Robinson and give him a heavy workload now, or do you try to keep running your offense?
As Neil says in chat, 9 more carries for Kane Robinson, and it seals the deal. We'll see.
Fox in the gun, Sawyer Stern, the tight end motion. He'll look to throw. Going to spin out of the pocket, and he will run into trouble as Luke Mingus there to bring him down.
Well, one of the few mistakes that Fox has made in this game, really the whole playoffs. He tries to scramble outside. Most of the night it's been there, but this time it gets bottled up by Mingus and the walk-on Carlos Hill, and a big 6-yard loss to start this drive.
So back up USC to their own 23-yard line. Back in the gun, Fox. 3 wide. He'll look to throw. Halfback screen. Kane Robinson with some blocking and some open field ahead of him. He'll work his way out across to the 45-yard line.
Well, they haven't gotten Robinson super involved, but he's done a decent job in the passing game. They get him there on the halfback screen. Haven't used it a lot, so it's well-timed, and they get the first down on a 2nd and 16. It's kind of defeating for the Notre Dame defense.
What a great play and a great effort for this USC offense. It'll help them feel good and keep the drive alive, which will continue to shave time off the clock. Fox out of the pistol. 4-man rush going short to the right side. There's Stern again. 10th grab of the night.
Well, Shadow Pence comes up to make the tackle. They've been meeting each other in the middle a lot. Great game by Stern, as you said. He's got, I don't know, I think he's got a case for player of the game if they hold on and win.
Read option keeper Kingston Fox cuts upfield, but he does not get the first down. Great effort by Minka Solo.
Minka Solo comes up and makes the stop, grabs him by the back, and turns him down. Can Notre Dame get the stop?
3rd inches. 2 backs in the backfield. Read option keeper Fox with an open lane for the first down and more as he breaks the tackle. Zeus Williams gets over there to stop him inside the 35.
J.D. Gregory bites on that one there, gives him the lane on the outside, and a big first down for USC.
Fox to throw on 1st and 10, steps up in the pocket, but has to throw it into the USC sideline, 2nd down.
They went man coverage there, and it was great coverage by the Notre Dame defense. Good pressure up front, and they forced him to throw it away.
Empty backfield now for the Trojans. Fox standing at the 40. Goes short, and a drop pass by Stern.
Yeah, not much there, and Notre Dame's defense is really bottling up here, trying to take things away, forcing this long 3rd down here for USC.
Fighting Irish trying to clamp down. Fox goes short again, unable to hold on was Robinson, and the Fighting Irish achieve the stand on 3rd down.
Well, look at this. USC's going for it. They're up by 10 here almost midway through the 4th, and they're going for it from the Notre Dame 34.
5.5 minutes to play, 3-man rush. Fox fires a laser. Stern made the grab, but he doesn't get the first down.
That was Shoto Pence that come up there and make the stop, forces the turnover on downs. Notre Dame with an opportunity here to make it a 3-point game.
Mike, how much does a stop like that on 4th down at this stage in the game, how much momentum does that give Notre Dame as an offense?
I think it gives them a lot. I think it shows that their defense stood up, made a play. Now they want to go out there and repay their defense with a score.
11th drive of the night for the Fighting Irish. Leo Asiata in the gun. Handoff on the draw play. Caden Sink the 3rd gets 2, and that is how Notre Dame begins their drive.
I don't know if I like the handoff there, but you do have enough time. You don't necessarily have to rush, but I would have liked to see him try to take a shot maybe.
Trips bunch together, top the screen, handoff again. Saint losing 3 this time as Maine Patterson there to stop him.
Well, the first time was okay. Second time in a row, I don't really love that one. Great play there by Maine Patterson. Now a long 3rd and 10 here. Difficult spot here for the Notre Dame offense.
Well, Notre Dame has struggled on 3rd down tonight. They are 4 of 10 so far. And Asiata out of the gun to throw. Blitz coming. Going short left side, but Alistair Kai is stopped immediately by Digby Krause.
There was just nothing open downfield. I get it, you don't want to throw a turnover there, but I feel like you got to try to force it a little bit there. They didn't. They're going to have to punt. They really need their defense to step up again.
Inside of 5 minutes of play, Mason Winters had a lot of field to work with, but great special teams effort to bring him down, but great starting field position for USC.
Well, it is, and they got an opportunity. A field goal helps them a little bit, but not as much as a touchdown. When a touchdown, you got to think, might put this one away.
Fox to throw, takes a shot. He wants it on this play, and he's got it. Tim Cope for 6 with the dagger.
Well, yeah, that might be the dagger, like you said. A big play, 1-play touchdown. What I would have liked to see Notre Dame try to go to on the first play of their last drive. USC does it here. They take the 3-score lead again midway through the 4th. I don't know if Notre Dame can come back from it now.
We've seen Notre Dame tonight. They've responded with a big play of their own. They had that shot to Dexter Jackson after a touchdown. The problem is they haven't been able to generate enough of those big plays when they really needed them, and Swan trying his best there on the kick return, but he has not been able to generate much energy or electricity from the kicking game either.
Well, they've just been getting bottled up. Swan has, and really Dexter Jackson for the most part outside of the one play. Just a great job by the USC defense.
Asiata to throw, has time, goes to the left sideline, working his way upfield was Pearson Gillum. He gets 14 yards. He's having quite the night, but not much in the second half.
Well, and again, it's just credit to the USC defense. Matt Pack said it the same thing last week. You know what? He did the offense that he's been doing most of the season. They shut it down. Same thing here. USC's just stepping up and playing too well.
Asiata tried to drop a dime in, but either the rain or the footsteps played a role in the drop. Nearing the midway point of this fourth quarter, and Asiata going short again. Swan cannot hold on through the contact. 3rd and 10.
Yeah, you got to be a little frustrated with the play calling, but at the same time, the USC defense is dictating a lot of what they do. I just like to see them. At this point, you got to try for it. You got to push it downfield a little bit more.
Oh, Asiata with the blitz in his face. Throws a laser for Swan, who runs through a defender and picks up 19.
Well, and he had a one-on-one on the outside. You know, again, with 4 minutes to go halfway through, it's tough to get 3 scores here. Send him deep, take a shot. Maybe he comes down with it, maybe it doesn't. But you're not going to get back in this game nickel and diming your way down the field.
Is this an offense trying to protect Asiata? Is it a trust issue? What's going into the play calling?
I think it's just the USC defense. They're playing too well. They're not giving them anything.
Asiata forced to go short again. There's Alistair Kine getting 3 yards there on 1st down.
Well, we'll see what they can do here. It's man coverage on the outside, so they're going to have safety help over the top. Just good coverage. There's just not a lot of opportunities here.
Pistol set. Leo Asiata to throw. Dancing in the pocket. Goes short. Kane's into 3rd. Out in the flats. Makes a man miss. Great elusiveness to make it 3rd and inches.
Well, he dove under. He's trying to get the 1st down. Didn't quite get it there, though.
Notre Dame going no huddle, 3:10 to play and counting. Asiata wants the end zone. Dijon Swan, touchdown.
Well, they finally got him in between 3 defenders, and Swan gets the touchdown on the big play. You got to give credit to USC again because they haven't been given it, but they gave it up there. They find him against the zone coverage. Swan makes the play. Great throw there by Asiata. You got to wonder, though, if it's a little bit too little, too late.
3:05 to play. Out comes Gunther Poland to make it a 10-point game once again. And at this point, Notre Dame needs a turnover like what they got in the first half when Jackson Stone was able to pick off Fox.
Well, we'll see. I don't think they're going to throw many passes here on this drive.
They go onside kick, but Tim Cope is there to recover it, and USC will start at the Notre Dame 40.
Well, they still got 3 timeouts, so they can force a 3 and out. They can get the ball back. They can drive and score, but then they're still going to need an onside kick.
Kingston Fox in the gun, 3 wide. Midline read, Fox fighting forward to get 7 against Jerome Hawkins.
Well, he's only 4 yards away from going over the long shot odds in the sports book, so a lot of guys hanging on whether Fox carries it again.
Looking to see if he can rack up a $150 rushing and keep it that way by the end of the night. As Robinson running outside to the right this time, he'll get 3.
Jerome Hawkins and Zeus Williams get out there. It's 3rd and inches. You got to bring the house, you think, if you're Notre Dame.
Empty backfield here for USC. Notre Dame takes their first time out. Fox to throw. Stands in and delivers in an incomplete pass. Mason Winters could not hold on.
Well, I didn't like it. They brought a corner blitz. I didn't like that call, but it wound up working out for them. They played good coverage. Now they're forcing the long field goal here in the rain.
P.D. Lemieux from 48 yards away and from the right hash is a left-footed kicker, but he knocks it home.
Well, it helps them a little bit. I don't think it changes it drastically. I don't think they were going to go for 3 if they get it back. If they could score here and get it back, I don't think they're going for 3. I think they're going for a touchdown. But it helps them a little bit. Big thing here, Notre Dame, they need a big play. USC's been doing a great job of not giving it to them. Will they make a mistake here? And can Notre Dame capitalize?
Alistair Jericho trying to generate a big return. Had space on the outside, but ultimately, he stopped at the 30, 2:04 to play, and Notre Dame down to their last 2 timeouts.
Well, they're going cover 2 man again, it looks like, and so not going to be anything over the top.
Asiata dancing in the pocket, goes short over the middle and unable to hold on. Dexter Jackson did catch it.
Yeah, he probably wishes he didn't hold on. I mean, they pick up 7, but right now you need clock stoppages.
Asiata to throw again. Taking a shot to the right side, jump ball, but it's incomplete.
I think he needed a few of them early on. USC took that shot. They tried a jump ball. Jackson Stone picked it off. It looks like they're still going to win. Notre Dame just didn't do enough of that.
Asiata to the left side. That pass caught by Pearson Gillum. He'll get 22.
That's a good matchup, I think. If you can get the 3-star Gillum on the 4-star Krause, who's a safety, not the best cover guy, I think you like that matchup. You got it. You executed it. Get the first down, and he's out of bounds.
It does stop the clock. Notre Dame out to the 41, trailing by 13 here in the national championship game. Asiata to throw. Short to the right side. There's Kai, but he gets 6.
Again, I don't like that. 500 yards passing, though, for Asiata. He goes over the long shot odds.
And 4 touchdowns, no turnovers for Leo Asiata tonight. Dancing in the pocket, steps up. Jump ball in the end zone, intercepted, and USC will claim the crown of national champions for themselves.
And Jonathan Green's the one there. They go 50-50 ball. They go to Dexter Jackson, but he just leaves it up there a little bit too long. Green does a great job there to pick that one off. Notre Dame does have 2 timeouts, so it's not necessarily over, but gonna need a miracle.
Robinson with a carry and a hard-fought run to get 9 here for the Trojans.
Notre Dame uses their timeout. A first down will put this one away. We'll see if they can force something.
Hand off, Robinson got the first down, and USC, your season 7 national champions. And Mike, when we came in, we talked about the offenses, but the USC defense said, "Nuh-uh, this one's on us."
Well, they did give up 39 points and 500 yards passing, so I don't know if that's entirely true. But the big story, I think, is USC's offense was pretty much unstoppable for most of the game against Auburn. They did it again here against Notre Dame. What a 2 seasons of great performances by USC. They come into the league. They've only been in the league 2 seasons. They went to the title game both seasons. They win it their second season. They give the Big Ten their first national champion, and they give us our 7th straight national champion, or 7th straight different national champion.
And sportsbook fans will be happy to know that Kingston Fox put up a $1.59 rushing as the clock hits triple zeros in USC, your season 7 national champions.
Well, congratulations to the Trojans. It was a heck of a season. Congratulations to Notre Dame. They went through a little bit of turmoil this season, had a change in leadership. They still win their playoff game. They still get to the championship game, and they still fought all season long. Leo Asiata had a tremendous season as a Player of the Year candidate, comeback Player of the Year candidate. They really have nothing to hang their head about. USC was just the better team in the playoffs, and sometimes you got to get hot at the right time. They did, and they are the season 7 national champions.
Notre Dame as an offense came in on fire, but USC has put it together. Their defense got the stops when they needed them, and the Trojans come out not only with their first national title, but the Big Ten crowns their first. Join us Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time as we go through all the yearly award candidates and All-Americans. And then we'll be back next Tuesday for All-Star Tuesday, where we see all the new recruits and all the seniors and All-Americans take the field one more time. For Mike, I'm David. You've been watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports. We'll see you in Season 8.